Hi, my wise Aquarius family. This month can be the best month you've had in years, and it won't seem like that at all at the start, though it will in hindsight. You are a water bearer sign. Symbolism for that is someone kneeling down, pouring water of wisdom to cleanse, illuminate, purify others. That's exactly what the eclipse season is doing to you, cleansing, illuminating, purifying. You are the symbolism of I know. An eclipse is in your sign and in your opposite sign, and the Mars chipping away in your first house. The aim of it all is self-awareness. Theme of eclipse season for you has been carving out a personal identity for yourself that may include a significant other who's part of your growth plan. I did not say that the partner is part of your future plan, they are part of your growth plan. Let's dig in. When the month starts, sun is shining upon your partnership sector. And at the start of the month, it's possible that partnership is the last thing that you want to discuss, but that's where the sun and the focus is. Mars has been chipping away in your first house since May, trying to put yourself first, trying to put your interests first. Your relationships are very important to you, but Mars is trying to highlight the importance of putting yourself first in relationships. It's trying to release the part of you that's not serving you, whether it is your health habit, lifestyle, you not putting yourself first in the relationship, or considering your own interest in the relationship, your job, your career that's not serving you anymore, or your place of living that's not serving you anymore. The eclipse of 27th of July gave the electric shock to let a karmic pattern that's not serving you go. It brought that to focus. That will continue, and it will continue to bring something to focus that's not serving you anymore this month as well, especially for Aquarius born between 0 to 10 degree of Aquarius. That is, if you're Aquarius sun, born between 22nd of Jan to 2nd of Feb, who will be physically, tangibly feeling this effect of 27th of July eclipse, and the effects of that continue for the next 6 months. Light was thrown on you, putting a light on you, on putting yourself first. Then a series of eclipses of this sort will not return for another 19 years or so. Mars in your sign retrograde is going retrograde for the first time since 1971. So these are all rare events happening at the degrees that they're happening. Cosmos are giving you the setup, the chance to clean your plate and claim your place. It's giving you the opportunity to purge, release. The themes that were there end of the last month will continue. The feeling of that you've had enough and you need to move to better places. First week, the emotions are still running very high. End goal of the cycle, which may feel very uncomfortable as your foundations are being moved, is to emerge the best version of you, giving you the freedom from certain patterns or people or places or job or relationships that's not serving you anymore. This eclipse kickstarts your health or career if you are an Aquarius ascendant or sun sign, or brings about changes in your place of living, your mother, your relationship with your mother, or even you acting as a mother if you are an Aquarius moon. Square to Uranus and fourth indicates that for this better or more empowered version of you to emerge requires you to break away, even to some extent distancing yourself physically from your place of birth, from your family of origin. Physically from your mom or from your parents, and distancing probably from some inherent beliefs from your family of origin, or the beliefs that have been instilled on in you as part of your family beliefs. During this week, the first week of August, this hard aspect of Mars squaring Uranus is live and very active. Though this aspect will continue till middle of September, it's very potent in the first week of August, which can exaggerate the drama, which can exaggerate the anger, that can exaggerate the aggressiveness. Just be aware of the energy that's there. And Mars also rules fire and accidents, and Uranus is sudden events, and Uranus is also rules electricity. So just be careful of any potential accidents, fire or electricity related mishaps. Mercury is also retrograde during this time, so just be careful about your appliances. It can bring about emotional discord with mom and family, especially with your mother. Avoid impulsive action. Mars is retrograde right now. Your ruler, Uranus, will move retrograde as well on 7th or 8th of August. Saturn, your traditional ruler, is also retrograde. When planets are retrograde, they appear to move backward from Earth. They're not moving in the direction they should. That's from our perspective. So the energy becomes more inward. It's encouraged to do the actions more internally versus externally. Actions are better delayed or breaking away to September, when eclipse point is revisited with Mars being direct. Leverage this cycle, this very unique opportunity right now, to dig deep, taking stock, and making a significant change happen to you using the courage that this cycle is giving you. Use the courage that this cycle is giving you. I'm not asking you to hang on to something that's not working for you, just that the actions that you'll take right now will not go in the right direction. So the change has to be more internal, making up your internal mindset about what you have to give up. You have been putting your relationships, whether it's business relationships or personal partnerships, ahead of your personal goals for some time. Focus on you, even focus on what pattern you can release to make these partnerships work better. Third house is highlighted in that, and third house is for communication. Mercury moving backward is also working on redefining your communication with your partner. So social houses, this whole year, Mercury went retrograde 3 times this year, is going to go retrograde 3 times in fire signs. All of them are your social houses. So Mercury is working on improving your communication skills with your social circle, with your spouse, with your partner, with the people you deal with. And you are a natural networker, but this skill set is very much required for you to succeed in your life. So that's why Mercury is working and reworking your communication skills, your ability to express yourself, assert yourself in a relationship, in a partnership. Time between eclipses is a very important time, and that's where we stand in the first 2 weeks of August, and that's a time to work things out, maybe even air some of the views out. Just be careful of Mercury. Things may come out too emotionally, too over the top. Relationship drama is very much possible during the first 2 weeks of August. Family dispute, upsets, all of that is part of the release, and it will happen. Just keep that in mind, that it's supposed to happen, it might happen, and if possible, distance yourself. See what you are trying to get to from the cycle. My view is that ultimately you would need to distance yourself from home, from maybe moving away for a job far away from your place of origin, or moving away from your parental house, or moving away from the beliefs that have been instilled in you from your parents. And this whole process can be marred and tainted with drama. That's just the process. But let's see how the energy improves as the month goes, because it does. The month undergoes a considerable amount of change after your solar eclipse, the Leo solar eclipse that's going to happen on 11th of August. Let's talk about the run up to that. One back note on health side: when eclipses are happening in your sign or in your opposite sign, your nervous system is irritated, it starts acting up. So from a health perspective, do some breathing exercises. If you are an Aquarius moon, especially do acupuncture. That would benefit you considerably. Now on 6th of August, Venus moves into Libra, its own sign, and it's very, very strong over there. Venus looks to expand your horizon. It's looking to trying foreign places, foreign love interest even. It is so much happier over there. Venus is very happy in 9th house in the sign of Libra. It's so expansive. so charming, and the jarring energy of Mars is so cool down with Venus in ninth house. And Mars and Venus make a beautiful trine between 6th to 9th of August, adding charm, adding fire to your romantic life. Now this is in build up to an eclipse new moon in your relationship sector, so it's quite pertinent. It can give you the love or passion of exotic, or even this is excellent for learning a new skill as well. This is excellent for love life and dating, of course. It trines you, it adds charm to you. It definitely suits early Aquarius, which were hit the most by the 27th July eclipse. Love is adventurous, it's free, it's expansive during this time. It probably involves travel. It's very good time for writing, publishing if you're involved in that. Early Aquarius might have moved, and part of letting go of that process is eased with Venus in ninth, because Venus in ninth and Uranus in fourth indicates a very good time to make foreign country your home. Early Aquarius were hit by Uranus moving, their ruler moving in their fourth house of family, foundation, family of origin, around mid of May. Now that process, that planet starts moving retrograde on 7th of August. So the changes, the drastic changes, or the shock that early Aquarius, so early Aquarius would be Aquarius with around 0 to 10 degree or 0 to 8 degree of Aquarius, which is around 22nd of Jan to end of Jan basically. So you felt that jolt coming through, and when Uranus moves backward, that jolt becomes a little bit milder and more internal. The aha moments start coming when that happens. Internal awakenings are more possible. Internal changes in attitude are much more possible during this time. At the very least, it makes the whole process a bit less chaotic. Then on 6th of August, another aspect that is happening, which will also exist during the 11th August eclipse, is Sun squares Jupiter. Sun is in Leo in your partnership sector, throwing the light there, and Jupiter went direct in your house of career, your title in the world, what you're known in the world, your job, your career. It's adding luck, expansiveness to your career, to your work life. And it squares Sun, giving the feel-good, confidence-adding aspect to your personality. It's required. Along with transit of Venus in ninth that I just talked about, it makes you feel great. The energy changes after that. But it's very, very possible with things moving so fast in that direction, going overboard is very much possible. Not seeing things clearly and exaggeration of it all is very much possible. The promise of it all can become too great, leading to some disappointments later. So just keep your head on the shoulders, which Aquarius you're very much possible, you're very, very known for actually, because you're an objective sign. So just don't set yourself up for failure, because you've gone through a very down cycle and this is a sudden flip up. So you can get over optimistic about your prospect during this time, or the partnership. You could overcommit to a business partnership during this time. So have confidence in your future. That's what Jupiter in Scorpio in 10th house is about. It's instilling confidence in your professional future, in your title in the world. But Jupiter in Scorpio is very much about death and rebirth energy. So cycle in part for this month is all about rising above the doubts and the issues that were coming to light probably a couple of months back in your career, in your title, even in your personal relationship. What is your title under question? All of those doubts and issues are eased with this cycle. And it's heading to the right direction. Just don't go overboard with it. Moon will also join the square to Jupiter during the eclipse time, so it gives you a very feel good energy. Just be careful about not overindulging with your partner during this time in terms of food, etc. A lot of thought process, communication in your partnership sector will be happening to the run up to this eclipse. It's because Mercury is retrograde and it joins Sun on 7th of August. Now with Sun and Mercury are both in Leo, Talk can get larger than life with a hint of drama, especially in relationship. It's a good time to rework terms of existing relationships, and all this communication retrograde till 18th 19th of August will help you reworking the terms of existing relationships, but it is not a time to sign a dotted line. You are still renegotiating. Go over those things, discuss. If you're in a personal relationship and you're thinking of tying the knot, talk about the detailed things that you need to talk. If you're going to sign a dotted line about a business partnership, you're bringing a new partner in your business, or you're joining some partnership, be clear on the terms. Try to go into the details of the term. Now, with the expansive energy of Venus and Jupiter hitting the Sun and Moon, and the feel good over the top energy that's rife at this point in time, in the middle of your inner journey that you've been going through of realizing your worth, a new moon emerges, and you don't know what to believe, what not to believe. I know it's tough to say that to a Saturn ruled person who has their head on the shoulders, but enjoy this moment. Enjoy the second half of the month. I know the details are not clear and the energy can feel over the top, and everybody is warning everybody not to get over optimistic about this period in time. But I would tell you to enjoy yourself. 11th of August, there is a new moon partial solar eclipse at 18 degree Leo hitting Aquarians born between 8th of Feb to 18th of Feb, with Aquarius planets, any planets between 14 to 24 degree of Aquarius. If you have any planets between those degrees, you would be directly materially impacted by that. This is the last in the series of eclipses where karmic nodes are engaged in your sign and in your opposite sign. Now, this is the last Leo eclipse at such a degree. There is an eclipse in January, but it's at 0 degree Leos, so it's pretty much not something that would impact you. But if you're Aquarius born between 8th Feb to 18th of Feb, or you have any planets between 14 to 24 degree of Aquarius, there is a high chance of a new pattern in relationships emerging, probably a new chapter in your relationship, in your marriage life, in committed relationships, whether it is personal or business, to emerge during this time. And it won't be a shock, it won't be coming as a surprise, because as I said, there's a lot of talk on that partnership as a run up to this new moon. And especially during the second week of August, there will be a lot of discussion, a lot of work going into this, and a new chapter begins. Now, this could be also a next milestone, probably in your existing relationship, which if you're an Aquarius moon, it could be in form of a new baby coming in as well. Jupiter is in 10th, so your title is undergoing exaltation. This could be in personal terms, it could be in relationship terms, so like getting a title of a wife. I mean, it could be a matter of pride for somebody as well, right? And or it might be just getting the title of a partnership. Now, again, energy is very fuzzy right now. Too many planets are retrograde. Details won't be clear, so just wait for the details to emerge, which will. End of the month, things will become clearer. Details will fit in. You enjoy this moment right now. New moon is in Leo. It's all about heart. It's all about playing out a little bit over the top, dramatically. Theatrics could be involved a little bit. Even pride and ego could get involved a little bit. Square to Jupiter doesn't help it, right? It exaggerates the moment. The thing is, fine text, as I said, isn't clear, so overpromise is very much possible, which can fizzle out if we don't check ourselves. Eclipses are growth opportunity. Mars in first house is a great growth opportunity. Your traditional Saturn is retrograde right now till early September. All of this gives you opportunity to renegotiate the terms of your partnership. Focus on the renegotiation review part. You have high expectations of your partners. See that you're checking yourself on that. Partnerships are very key to you, they're very important to you. Possibly some very strong personality enters your life during this time. In terms of health, because Leo rules heart, just be careful about heart related health issues, BP, blood pressure, blood circulation. Normally, if you have any surgery on heart is definitely, any kind of surgery is suggested to be avoided during eclipse period, but definitely related to heart and veins, you are requested to be careful. With your ruler, both of the rulers retrograde. Uranus is your new ruler, Saturn is your traditional ruler, both of them retrograde. Mercury is retrograde, Mars is retrograde. You are suggested to wait till September or start of September to start a new business contract. Do not sign that contract right now if you can. Things need to be further discussed, things need to be further come to light when the energy is settled down a little bit. Mars needs to, at the very least, at the very least, Mars needs to be direct for you to initiate action, which will happen after August 27. Saturn is also important to go direct for your sign because you're ruled by Saturn. That will only happen by 6th or 7th of September. The reason Saturn is requested to be direct is that if you act during Saturn retrograde, there's a possibility of restructuring, reorganization, which might be required of a contract later, which is not so bad. I mean, it doesn't have to be that drastic, and Saturn is retrograde 5 months in a year, so it's not that rare. But it's if you could wait for another week, that's all I'm suggesting, and the energies start moving in the right direction during this time. Uranus in 4th, Saturn in 12th, both of these energies is about shedding old skin. You're getting away from any limiting beliefs from your upbringing on how you fulfill your emotional needs. And during this time, a new partner arrives. It's bound to be a different experience. It's bound to be a different kind of a person. With Jupiter in 10th, direct, your worldly title, as I said, goes to exaltation. But there is an aspect again this month, repeated for the last time, and it won't get repeated for the next 150 years, and that is Jupiter trining Neptune. This happens on 19th of August. It will not be repeated, and I told you last month, we discussed this last month, take advantage of this opportunity. Neptune is retrograde right now, which helps the illusion about your self-worth go milder. You are a very confident sign, Aquarius, but when it comes to your worth, you are not very clear on it. You doubt yourself way too much. And Neptune entering in 2nd since 2011, though self-worth has become even more fuzzy. So when Neptune goes backward and Jupiter goes direct in your work sector, it gives a unique opportunity, probably a once in a lifetime opportunity, to assert yourself in the right way in terms of your worth, in terms of getting the right money that you deserve, or getting the right share of the partnership, business partnership that you deserve. It's a great time to improve your self-worth and net worth, and Jupiter is the depositor in this relationship, so the benefit of you seeing clearly comes out materially to you. Things on personal front might look a little bit on the shaky ground, but materially I have no doubt that you'll end the month on a much higher note monetarily. Before this happens on 12th of August, and I spoke about Mars being retrograde in the last month's video quite a lot, but what happens is that during this month on 12th of August, Mars actually moves backward into Capricorn. It changes sign on 12th of August, and when it changes sign, Capricorn is a very strong sign for Mars to go into. It's very grounding, firming, very cool-headed energy, controlled. It's on firmer grounds, just as you are. It has the head on its shoulder, so it acts in a much more in a better way. It manifests in a better way, but it's moving backward in a hidden house. 12th house is a hidden house, so it's all about doing the work behind the scenes. It's about, and Saturn and Pluto are also, by the way, in 12th house. I spoke about it in last month. You've been chipping away parts of your psyche that are sabotaging you, while Saturn is there and Pluto is there. Now Mars gives you that push, and it's there for next 1 month. It helps you get rid of any addictive behavior, any self-sabotaging behavior that have been your undoing so far. So it's a great, powerful energy. You should make use of it to clear the junk out, because after this whole cycle in coming years, Saturn will go into your first house, and eclipses on your health will start happening from next year. So it's a very good time to transform your internal, clean out your internal, get rid of your mental junk, get rid of the physical addictive behaviors that you're attached to. Tap into your natural objective nature. That's cutting the cord with addictive behavior seems to be the theme anyhow of the whole cycle. Now that's on 12th of August. Had to speak about it, but tide completely changes after that. From 18th, 19th of August, I spoke about the Jupiter Neptune trine, the divine one, which is completely sublime. It will give you instant feel good energy, and it's rife from actually much earlier, from 11th of August to 25th of August, but it goes exact on 19th of August. Combine with that Mercury going direct on 19th of August. So Mercury goes direct in your relationship sector, communication with your partner, with your relationship with your business partner, all start going slowly in that direction. You have to wait for a week to initiate things still. When Mercury goes direct on 19th of August, you have reviewed your documents that you're planning to sign, maybe the relationship terms that you're looking to sign. Terms sounds unromantic, but you have to be objective about some of the things. So in a week's time after that is a great time for you to look at and even start looking at signing your papers. When Mercury goes direct, it doesn't just start moving in your 7th house. It makes a beautiful trine with Venus in 9th, the expansive Venus energy, love energy that I talked to you about. It's such a feel good energy. It adds further love and expansiveness to your relationship, even to your business partnerships. I mean, this is an expansive energy or a positive energy overall for your relationships. It soothes the negative time that you've been having so far. You're creating this partnership on firmer grounds where your self-worth, net worth is at rest. You have done the work on releasing the patterns that are not serving you. You've cleared the patterns of addictive behavior, self-sabotaging behavior in your process of that are not working for you. This is the last eclipse for the next 19 years with the nodes involved in Aquarius and your opposite sign Leo. Take advantage of that. Eclipses push us, they accelerate our growth path. So take advantage of the cycle. It's coming to close with this last eclipse in Aquarius and Leos with the nodes. Have confidence and faith and take the next step. Sun moves to 8th house, further adding light to your transformation, to your personal growth, because that's what 8th house is about. It's about transformation, personal growth, having a rebirth. And you now have a earth grand trine in psychological houses which are formed. So when Sun moves in Virgo on 23rd of August, it moves a little bit, and on 26th of August we have got a full moon at 3° Pisces, highlighting, throwing a light on your money houses, on your second house of self-worth and net worth. Now the focus is on the Sun is on your transformation house, on psychological houses, and it forms a beautiful trine with Saturn and Uranus. Saturn is your traditional ruler, Uranus is your new ruler, and they are sitting in positive energy with each other, giving you the psychological boost that you need during this difficult time. And Sun joins that party on 26th of August. It gives a very positive vibe to you psychologically in your healing centers. It is also great if you're involved in any creative or occult field or research field. This easy energy gives you a great boost forward. But this is happening in material signs. So when a grand trine happens in material, material sign, grand trine is easy flow of energy between three planets, and these three planets are Sun in your transformation house, Saturn in your house of fixing everything that's not working for you in your addictive self-sabotaging behavior, and Uranus in you breaking away from your patterns of your family, or breaking away from physically staying where in your place of birth. So these three patterns working together, they are in earth signs. So something tangibly needs to manifest, because earth signs are grounding energy obviously, but they're also material signs. They have to manifest in material world. So some monetary gain needs to come out of that. These three planets, when Sun opposes Moon, which happens on the full moon, Sun is throwing its full light on the moon in your money center at 3-degree Pisces. This forms a kite configuration. Now, kite configuration is very rare, and it's very, very lucky and fated. And this falls in your monetary house. So the apex of that, or the release of that, is the money house. So there seems to be a money windfall which might come out of nowhere, or a material manifestation of money that might seem to have come from nowhere, or it could involve money in shared resources where you have not really worked for anything suddenly materializing, and it's not coming without some work. It's coming from the inner work that you have done. So the work that is required to achieve this this monetary gain, a self-worth or net worth gain, is coming from you working on your psychological houses, of clearing away the patterns that are not serving you, of improving your self-worth, or clearly seeing yourself better. You're letting go of some beliefs which have been holding you back, and they're materially manifesting in your life. Not only do you earn, probably gain in your monetary terms, it could also manifest in terms of making a foreign land your permanent home, or a foreign person your exotic partner for future growth. Now it's about feeding your senses, because that's also what second house is about. So this is also pleasure house. The potential easy energy could flow in giving and taking pleasure as well. So taking care of you is highlighted during the next 2 weeks, starting from 26th of August. The full moon has effect for the next 2 weeks, so you will see something manifest in your pleasure houses, whether it's monetary, it's physical, it's creativity, or any of these would manifest in some way or the other. And Pisces rules feet and toes, so careful during the full moon of stubbing your toe maybe, and don't have any work done on these sensitive points which are sensitive during the full moon, the feet and the toe. This full moon is especially beneficial to early Aquarius, so Aquarius born between 0 to 10 degree during the end of Jan, who were also hit the most by the Aquarius lunar eclipse last month. So it's sort of a retribution that you're getting awarded materially for giving up some emotional blockage or some pattern of you not working well for you. Now this money windfall though is beneficial for early Aquarius. The relationship new start is more beneficial for the later Aquarius. So there's something or the other materially manifesting this month for all Aquarius, and that's a very lucky period. I feel that just the aspect of transforming yourself through these various transitions itself is worth something for your lifetime. And I wish you luck, and I hope it goes well for you. You're setting the trend for all of us, and we look forward to that. Thank you.